What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with some more news. Join us now as we look at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including Triple H has been called out as a WWE Star Retired, another name re-signs with WWE, Rhea Ripley calls out double standards, is a Bloodline member ready to return, an injured WWE star promises to return, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out our new videos on Wrestlelamia XL. Now let's see the intro and get straight into our first story. Our first story looks at Triple H being called out. Our top story today takes a look at recent comments from former WWE Star MVP, who has once again shared his negative stance on Triple H, this time focusing on how the game is booked Omos. Speaking at a virtual signing, MVP had this to say: "So I got to watch him week in or week out improve and get better, and I had talked to Triple H about how he was being used, and Triple H was adamant that he didn't want him to be another Big Show. He didn't want him on TV every week, he wanted him to be an attraction. He just wanted to break him out periodically to be an attraction." MVP would go on to state that he doesn't know what Omos' current WWE status is, and we boldly declared that you're an idiot if you can't draw money with Omos. So I don't know what his status is now. I don't know what they plan on doing with him, but I think if you can't, a legitimate 7'3" he was 400 pounds. I think last time I checked, talked to him, he's like 385. His physique is changing, he's getting in better shape. If you can't make money with a 7'3", 385 pound basketball player that can move, you don't see him move a lot because they don't want him to. But when he wants to move, you'd be surprised how well that big man can move. If you can't make money with that, then you're just an idiot. Triple H's comments about Omos are interesting to say the very least. While it's understandable that the game may want to present Omos as an attraction in WWE, Omos has yet to be booked for this to occur. Omos has virtually disappeared from WWE television in 2024, and he's predominantly used on live events and for media appearances. It's clear based on his booking that this year Triple H has lost faith in him, which is a shame as MVP is spot on with his comments about Omos improving. Omos was put in a huge match against the likes of Brock Lesnar and Seth Rollins, and to say that he delivered in those featured matches would be a complete understatement. What do you guys think? Is MVP right? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, has a WWE Star Retired? Speaking of MVP, during a virtual signing, the former US champion addressed his retirement. Although MVP hasn't wrestled a match since 2022, MVP confirmed during the signing that he's not yet retired. In fact, he has an appearance booked for an upcoming Bloodsport show. "I'm not done just yet. I have a little bit more left in the tank before I retire. I have a match in November with Josh Barnett's Bloodsport. When I hang up the boots, I will hang them up for good. I will be done. I won't be one of those guys coming back out of retirement here and there. I want to do it like I've done my career up to this point my way. I look forward to that day when it's all done, but we're not there yet." Next up, another name re-signs with WWE. The WWE look to be on a mission to re-sign as much talent as possible, as this weekend it's been reported by Fightful Select that Cedric Alexander has re-signed with the company. As we covered in yesterday's video, MVP claimed that he heard that Alexander had re-signed with WWE, but now it looks to be confirmed. It's believed that the contract is for several years, and the reaction on social media is one of confusion. Alexander, whilst incredibly gifted as an in-ring performer, is barely used on TV, so unless the WWE have promised to use Alexander more in the foreseeable future, some fans believe that he should have tried his luck in another company, maybe even AEW. Alexander signed for WWE back in 2016, and it appears that this new deal will mean that he would have to spend at least a decade in the promotion. Nevertheless, congratulations to Alexander on securing a new contract, and hopefully we get to see him more in a featured role on TV in the coming months. Next up, Rhea Ripley calls out double standards. Rhea Ripley is never one to shy away from calling out fans and critics, and her latest interview with Ring the Bella is no exception. During the interview, Ripley discussed how she's criticized for spots such as a stink face, yet when other men and women do the spot, they receive nothing but praise. Ripley would then suggest that the people that criticize her have an issue with the fact that she's incredibly popular. Honestly, it's really funny because I get criticism for every single little thing that I do, but you see the men doing this and you're like, yeah, that looks cool, amazing. Tiffany Stratton did this the other week and people like, oh my god, I love you, Tiff. Oh my god, you're so sexy. Please do that to me. But when I do it, there's a problem. You're just mad that I'm popular, that's why. Next up, an injured WWE star promises to return. Ivar was on the run of a lifetime before his neck injury, as he was pushed as a singles act, and Ivar had banger after banger during this run, and it was disappointing when the news broke that Ivar would be out of action for an extended period. The talented star took to X this weekend to confirm that he will indeed be returning to the squared circle. As I work hard to return from my current neck situation, I want to take the time and thank every single one of you out there who is cheering me and my health on. I will promise I will return. Thank you all for your love and support. I will wish Ivar a speedy recovery and we can't wait to see him return to action. Next up, have WWE changed the Netflix launch date? There appears to be some confusion as to when the WWE will launch Netflix. Initially, WWE and Netflix both just stated that the move will go ahead in January 2025. The names such as John Cena stated that the first episode of Raw on the platform will be January 6th. However, during this week's SmackDown, WWE were advertising the move to Netflix via LED boards in the arena, and this advertisement stated that Netflix move will start on January 1st, 2025, which happens to be a Wednesday. Does this mean a special show will drop on January 1st? Or will WWE simply drop some old content on the platform? Fans definitely need clarity on the situation as the move over to Netflix is just a few short months away. Next up, WWE changing up their programming. With SmackDown set to return to USA next week, WWE have implemented a change to the SmackDown post-show, SmackDown Lowdown. Whilst the show was on Fox, WWE would air the Lowdown show on Saturdays, however, this is about to change. SmackDown Lowdown will now air immediately following the live episode of SmackDown on USA. The show will air via Peacock and the WWE Network, just like Raw Talk. This is a sensible move as it never made logical sense to air a post-show almost 24 hours after the actual show has gone off the air. Next up, Charlotte Flair claps back at a rude fan. And whilst we anticipate Charlotte Flair's return to WWE, she became a talking point on social media yesterday after she put a rude fan in their place on X. The fan stated that more people are interested in knowing when Becky Lynch is returning to the ring compared to Flair, and Flair simply responded by stating, "Not as many as the people wondering why you even commented." There were reports this past week that Flair is set to return to the SmackDown brand, and WWE will be looking to book her in major matches against the likes of Nia Jax and Tiffany Stratton. And finally, a Bloodline member ready to return? Our final story today takes a look at the latest update when it comes to Jimmy Uso, as Rikishi has provided an update when it comes to his status. Speaking on his Off the Top podcast, Rikishi stated that Jimmy is doing fine and will be ready to come back at any given moment. Jimmy's doing fine. I think at any given moment, hopefully, Jimmy will be ready to come back to be able to do what he loves. I'm sure he misses the fans, and I'm sure you all miss Jimmy. He's doing great. He's got some time to be able to rest the body, rest the mind, and he's ready to go, so hopefully we'll be able to see Jimmy soon. Rikishi also stated that he's confident that Jimmy will rekindle his relationship with Jey Uso, and the legendary tag team will once again join forces with Roman Reigns. When Jimmy does come back, I'm very confident it's not going to take long, be it he comes back as a single or they decide to put him and Jey Uso together to be able to join Roman Reigns, which I probably think that will be probably the route to go. But if in the case that they decide to bring him back as a single star, I think, it won't take long for Jimmy to find himself, to be able to, come up with his own deal. He is very, very talented. He's smart, he's athletic, so I don't think it's going to be a problem for him to find his way. Fans are speculating that Jimmy could be returning next week on SmackDown. Cody Rhodes will take on Solo Sikoa in a steel cage match, and Jimmy is one of the names rumored to make his return during the match, along with the OTC Roman Reigns. But there you have it, folks, the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know. Be sure to leave your comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.